Welcome back to Manalapan, New Jersey, in central New Jersey, as the Pope John Junior Lions 10 and under squad are taking on the Manalapan Braves. Mike Formasano along with you, calling this afternoon's action. The Junior Lions 10 and under squad was up 2-0 for almost all of the second quarter. They had landed a safety at the beginning of the second stanza, but a final play to the first half by Manalapan saw them scoring a touchdown and making it 6-2. Pope John, as they've been doing lately, stopped the extra point, keeping it 6-2 instead of 7-2. But now Pope John will have to kick off to start the second half to Manalapan. And as the Lions had controlled the offense the entire first quarter, except for the final play, they will try and stop Manalapan from doing the same. Let's go over the roster one more time here for Pope John as we get ready to start the third quarter. Number 4 is Connor Hart. Number 5, Benny Platt. Number 7, Kevin Murphy. Number 8, Charlie Formasano. 9 is Braden Coulson. Matias Munoz is number 10. Damian Morales, number 11. Danny Filato is number 12. We'll pick up the roster after the kickoff here as Jacob Jessamaria, number 40, getting set to kick it away from the Pope John 40-yard line. The Lions in their road whites trimmed by blue and gold. They are moving left to right on your screen. Manalapan in their home blues and reds trimmed by white and black, and they are traveling right to left. 20 seconds to go before the end of halftime, and the players are all set. The referee's just waiting for the clock to tick down. Let's continue with the roster for just a few names here. Number 13 is John McCann. Number 15, the quarterback today, Anthony Reale. 16 is Max Fideau. 18, Dominic D'Arco. 21 is Chase Whaley. 22, Ryan Hart. 26 is Braden Convey. Number 23, Sean Clements is out today. He's ill. Number 33, Ryan LeBreglier. Number 40, Jacob Jessamaria. 43, Tyler Killen. 45, Jude Cofrancesco. 61, Anthony Grego. 88, Noah Kraus. And 99, Matt Schultz. The head coach of the Pope John Lions is Jared Cofrancesco. And here's the kickoff to start the second half. Jessamaria kicks it down to about the 50, recovered by Manalapan, and they fall on it before it goes over to Pope John. So the Braves will start in their own territory at about the 48-yard line. First and 10, Manalapan coming up. 3 seconds have ticked off the clock. The first quarter basically had no stoppages whatsoever. Pope John controlled it the entire time, got all the way down to the 1-yard line, and then were finally stopped by Manalapan just shy of the goal line. And then Manalapan, as they switched sides of the field after that last play of the first quarter, they were in the east end zone as they snapped the ball over the quarterback's head. The Braves recovered it, but Pope John made the tackle in the end zone for the safety, and it gave Pope John a 2-0 lead. But the final play of the second quarter, it was a rushing touchdown by Manalapan, and that is where we stand right now, 6-2, Manalapan up on Pope John. First play from scrimmage here in the third quarter, Manalapan with a man in motion. Shotgun to the quarterback. It rolls out to the tailback to the left side. He breaks through and goes down to about the 46-yard line of Pope John. Forward progress stops the Braves runner. Do we have a flag in the play? Players on Pope John excited and jumping up and down on the sidelines. I don't know if there was a flag dropped. I didn't see one. Doesn't appear to be. So second down, we're going to call it second, maybe 5 from the Pope John 47. Manalapan in plus territory now as the clock runs. 9:20 to go, third quarter. Braves come out of the huddle. Quarterback in the shotgun again. Looks like Manalapan is specifically running from shotgun motion. Shotgun formation. Hand off to number 51, the tailback. Bursts through the right side to the far sideline. He's running up the middle and gets down to about the 40. That's good enough for a Manalapan first down. So the Braves break through and get to the 40. First and 10 for Manalapan from the Pope John 40-yard line. Braves up to the line. Here's the snap. We got a flag on the play. Hand off to the tailback. And he bursts down the sidelines to the 30, to the 20, 15, 5, one man to beat. He's through. Touchdown, Manalapan. But again, we got a flag on the play. We'll see who it goes against. If it's against Manalapan, it'll bring it all the way back. If it's Pope John, the touchdown will count. False start against the Manalapan Braves. So wipe the touchdown off the board, and the Braves will march backwards. False start against Manalapan, so no touchdown on the play, and that will bring up a repeat of first down. First and 15 for the Manalapan. Pope John getting a break finally, and we'll see if they can take advantage of it. 7:39 to go, third quarter. The score remains 6-2. Braves on top of the Lions. Braves move back 5 yards. First and 15 for Manalapan. Next week, the Pope John Lions have a doubleheader. Back-to-back games at Mount Olive at 5 o'clock Saturday night. Saturday night special for Pope John. Here's the snap to the quarterback. Hands it off to the tailback down the far sidelines to the right. And he bursts through. And he's got one man to beat. He beats him. I don't think there are any flags on this one. Manalapan with the rushing touchdown from 45 yards out. Almost the exact same play, just this time on the opposite side of the field. And the Braves open up a 12-2 lead. Tough break for Pope John. They got the advantage of a false start that brought the touchdown back on the last play. Manalapan did not repeat the same mistake twice. The Braves in with the touchdown from 45 yards out. Manalapan jumps out 12-2. So, with Manalapan up by 10, they'll go for the extra point. The Lions have had good success stopping point afters lately. Only one let up this season. Quarterback in the shotgun. It's fake to the tailback, and the tailback rumbling to the left side, and he's in. He steps just over the goal line, still on his feet. And the extra point is good. Remember, in youth football, it's 1 point for running or passing into the end zone and 2 for kicking. So, with 6:57 to go in the third quarter, Manalapan jumps out to a 13-2 lead. As I was saying, next week, Saturday night special, game added to the calendar for Pope John. They will take on the Mount Olive Marauders in Mount Olive next Saturday night at 5 p.m. Please join us for that. And then, what was on their initial schedule, that game is Sunday afternoon. I believe it's a noon start. It's against Rumson. And that's at Pope John, so please join us for that one. 2 games next weekend, 5 p.m. on Saturday night, and then noon on Sunday for the Pope John Lions. And then they'll go back on the road for a couple in Hamilton, right outside of Robbinsville, in the middle of the state near Trenton. And then to Asbury Park, to the Jersey Shore, the Lions will go. That'll be their last road game of the year before they finish out the schedule on October 16th against the Toms River Warriors. And that will be at Pope John. So the Braves jump out to a 13-2 lead here in the third quarter, 6:57 to go. Pope John going to try and get back into this one. Here's the kick by the Braves. Sends it downfield to about the 43, and that is Ryan Hart. He'll just jump on it, number 22, and he'll cover it so that Manalapan can't recover. Lions coming out to the field. They'll start from their own 43-yard line. Clock down to 6:50 now in the third quarter. 13-2. Manalapan up on Pope John. Lions need a long, sustained drive here. Get back into this one. Down by 11. Here's Reale under center. Hands off to Platt. Platt bursts through the middle. He's got some room to run and gets down to about the 46-yard line of Manalapan. So they're going to spot it at about the 47. Just shy of the first down marker. That'll make it 2nd and 2 for Pope John. Lions up to the line. Reale under center. 3 men in the backfield. Grego, the fullback, he'll hand it off. He'll take it, I should say, and goes up to the 45-yard line. Grego with the handoff from Reale. A 2-yard gain, and that's good enough for a Pope John first down. So the Lions on the move here. Midway through the third quarter, 5:52 remaining. The Braves up 13-2. Pope John up to the line of scrimmage. Reale under center. I know. Thank you. Well, sorry about that. Lost my balance on the platform. We come back up. And so now Pope John with a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. Maybe we'll make it more 1. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
Lions up to the line. Reale under center. 2 men in the backfield. Grego the fullback, Platt the tailback. Here's Reale, hands off to Platt. Platt bursting through. He gets about 4 or 5 on the play. .4:30 to go, third quarter, 13-2, Manalapan up on Pope John. Third and about 6 to go. Reale back into the huddle. Pope John up to the line. Reale with the pitch, back to Platt. He rolls through the left, trying to hit the corner. Stopped there by the Braves, and it'll bring up 4th down and long. So Pope John with really no choice but to go for it here. They're in Manalapan territory. They're down to about the 43, let's say the 46-yard line. 46. They got to get to about the 42. So we'll say 4th and 4 to go. Pope John up to the line. Reale under center. He's got Platt in the backfield. Well, we got movement on the line. It looks to be the guard, number 99 for Pope John. It's Matt Schultz. And a false start penalty will push the Lions back and make this even more of a daunting challenge for Pope John. Well, 4th and 7 now. Maybe 4th and 8. Number 33 coming into the game for Pope John. That is Ryan Lambraglia. In for number 7, Kevin Murphy. Clock's running. 2:30 to go. Third quarter. Braves up in this one. 13-2 on the Lions. Pope John trying to get back into this. Reale back to the huddle. Instructions from the coaches. So Pope John up to the line. Reale under center. Platt in the backfield, the lone man. Man in motion, that's 33. A fake and a keeper by Reale. He has nowhere to go, however, and is brought down at the 50-yard line. And the Lions will turn the ball over on downs. So the keeper by Reale kind of backfired, and he had no place to go. Brought down at the 50-yard line, and Manalapan will take over. 1st and 10 from the 50. The Braves are already up 13-2. So now it's important. It behooves the Pope John Lions to get a quick turnover here, either on downs or a fumble or an interception. Any way they can turn the ball over and get it back so they can get the score that will bring them to within one score. They're down by 2 scores right now. 13-2, down by 11. Braves at midfield at the 50. 1st and 10. 1 minute, 51 seconds to go. 3rd quarter. Here's a snap. Shotgun to the quarterback. Hands it off to the tailback. He'll roll right. Punching through on the off tackle. And down to about the 42, maybe 43-yard line. So a gain of 7, maybe 8. We're going to make it 8 for Manalapan. Minute 30 to go. Braves up on the Lions, 13-2. Second, we'll call it 2. Manalapan has to get to just shy of the 40-yard line. Here's a snap, shotgun. The quarterback will keep it. He'll roll to his left, trying to get around Grego. Also trying to get around Hart. He does. He's on the sidelines and he runs out of bounds. That's Roy, number 42. Gets the first down for the Manalapan. With 54 seconds to go, the clock stops. And a new set of downs for the Braves. First and 10, Manalapan. 41 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. Score is 13-2. Braves in the shotgun. Hand off to the tailback on the left side. He rolls reverse and goes to the far sideline. Doesn't get anywhere near it, just on the off tackle, and he's down about 25-yard line, I'd say. They will mark it at the 28. They stopped him a few yards shy of what I thought. Well, 5 seconds to go. It's going to be 2nd down for Manalapan, but that's the end of the 3rd quarter as Manalapan scores a touchdown early in the 3rd to make it 13-2 with the extra point. So the Braves up 13-2 on Pope John here at the end of 3 quarters. We'll see if Pope John can break through and get back in this one when we return for 4th quarter action right after this. Welcome back to Manalapan, New Jersey, in central New Jersey. As the Pope John Junior Lions start possession here in the fourth quarter, we got a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start against Manalapan, so it'll move things up for Pope John. So it's an encroachment, offside on the defense, and that'll move the ball up 5 yards for Pope John. So second and about 6 as we start the fourth quarter. The Lions down 13-2. Here's the handoff. It goes up the middle, and forward progress will bring the ball back. Now they lost yards on the play, so Manalapan with third down now. Manalapan, after the false start penalty they had, they were able to go ahead and get the ball about 5-6 yards. So 13-2, 9-10 to go, fourth quarter. Braves with the ball. They have it at about the Pope John 30. Third down, about 12 to go. Manalapan has to get to about the 20-yard line to keep this drive moving. Pope John desperately needs the ball back. Here's a shotgun back to the quarterback. He keeps it, reverses course, tries to go around the right side, trying to get around the fence. He fakes one tackler, now down the sideline. Is it enough to bring him down? And he comes down just shy of the goal line. Are you going to say he broke the plane? They do. So the quarterback breaks the play, and he's in for the touchdown. Manalapan goes up 19-2. Touchdown Manalapan, and they will go for the extra point to make it 22. 19-2 is the score now. Manalapan leads early fourth quarter. So we'll see how Pope John responds to this after they get the ball back off the kickoff. And an early 2-0 lead, and they held it all the way to the last play of the first half. Manalapan broke through. They scored the touchdown, made it 6-2. And a touchdown in each quarter for Manalapan has made the score 19-2, pending the extra point. Here's a snap. Goes the quarterback. Handoff to the tailback up the middle. No signal yet from the referees. And he's through. Extra point's good. And Manalapan goes up 20-2. 8:36 to go, fourth quarter. Braves lead the Lions 20-2. So the Pope John receiving team coming back out to the field now. They're going to need a quick score to get back into this one. Again, a doubleheader next week for the Pope John Junior Lions. Saturday night, 5 p.m. in Mount Olive against the Marauders. And then home to Rumson on Sunday afternoon at 12 o'clock, high noon, at Pope John High School. Please join us for both of those games right here on this stream. We will bring both games to you. So if you're watching from the comfort of your home, or maybe the car, you're listening to the feed, you don't have to worry about this 85-degree temperature day here. It's beautiful, no doubt, but if you're standing in the hot sun, it feels a little warmer than 85. Still feels like summertime outside. Trying to enjoy those last few days of the summer season. Now the ball goes down to the 40. It stays in bounds, so no penalty against Manalapan. And Pope John will take over just at the 41-yard line on their side of the field. 8:30 to go here, fourth quarter. The Braves lead 20-2. Pope John in search of their first touchdown of the game. Almost had it at the end of the first quarter. A long sustained drive by Pope John, brought it all the way down to just shy of the goal line, but they couldn't break through. It's that bend don't break defense by Manalapan, and they stopped it. Forced a safety after 3 more plays when Manalapan had the ball, and they took a 2-0 lead in the second quarter. However, it's all been Manalapan since then. Well, the Lions will learn from it, and they'll get better, and they'll grow. We talk about it. You know, Coach Francesco is intent on building the team, building the players, and going ahead and building a foundation and a future for these 10 and under players. And that's exactly what's happening. So you like to see that. Pope John has had the lead in 2 of these past 3 or 4 games. So that's a good sign. They just have to find a way to be able to protect it or build upon it. So here's the handoff over to Platt, I believe. It goes through the middle to the right side for about 2 or 3. 3 yards in the cloud of dust. Second and 7 to go. Pope John back up to the line. Reale going under center. Grego to the left of Reale. Platt, the lone man in the backfield at the tailback position. Reale takes a snap, the pitch to Platt. Gains it with one hand, brings it back in, reverses course, and now runs to the far side, but he's brought down after a gain of maybe 1. So a lot of running from Platt going sideways. And that's one thing you want to make sure with your runners, that they go north-south. And he ran about 15 yards and probably only gained about a half, maybe 1 on the play. So, again, when we talked about it, these kids learn. They will learn how to go ahead and make the good play, the intelligent play, the play up the field and everything. And so, lots of talents. We've seen Platt steamroll defenses so far this season. We've seen these players go ahead and build on different things that they're taught by the coaching staff. They'll put it together. It's just going to take some time. 6:58 to go, fourth quarter. Manalapan leads 22. Here's the handoff. Goes through the middle. I think that was Platt. It may have been Grego. I could not see. It was Grego. So Grego up the middle. Gets down to about the 50-yard line, and so it'll make it 4th and 2 for Pope John. If the Lions want to keep this drive going, they need 2 more yards. 4th and 2, 6:27 to go, fourth quarter. The Lions up to the line. Reale under center. He's got Lambriglia as a wideout on the near side of the field. Platt in the backfield. Grego in the fullback position. It's to Grego. Grego runs up and gets about 3 on the play, maybe 4. That's good enough for a Pope John first down. Oh, big play by Pope John there. Keeps the chains moving, keeps Pope John on offense, and more importantly, keeps the Manalapan defense on the field. They did everything they could to exhaust that Manalapan defense. Oh, we got a player down. We're going to see who that is in just a moment as the Pope John coaching staff goes on the field. They're hoping the Pope John player up off his feet. That is Grego. So Grego went ahead and ran it up the middle, got the first down. They had some extended time on the ground there, but he's back on his feet and he's walking it off. So good to see that. And even better, Pope John with the first down now from the Manalapan 47. So Grego has to take a play off. We get Lambriglia in the game for him. Pope John with a fresh set of downs. 5:55 to go. We've got a running clock situation now here. I don't know if it's a running clock, but the clock did start by the referee. So 20-2, Manalapan up on Pope John. 5:42 to go now. Lions in the huddle. Here comes Reale with instructions from the coaches. First and 10 from the Manalapan 47-yard line. Reale under center. Hands off to the fullback. And that's not Grego, obviously. He's not in that play, so we'll see who that is. I wasn't able to tell who the fullback was on that play. We'll see as he gets up. No, he's hiding behind a bunch of Pope John players. I wasn't able to see. Sorry about that. We'll try and get it as they line up again. It's tough from this distance and no names on the jerseys, and you know, we got Lambriglia in the backfield. I think it was Platt who moved up to the fullback position. So Platt now in the fullback, Lambriglia in the tailback spot. It wasn't Lambriglia with the ball, so I bet it's Platt. And there's Lambriglia. He'll run up to about 39-yard line, and so that'll make it third and a couple for Pope John. 4:25 to go, fourth quarter. Pope John trying to break through for a touchdown here late in the game. It's Manalapan 20, Pope John 2. Third and a deuce. Pope John up to the line. Lions start out from the 39-yard line of Manalapan for the third down play. Here's Reale, hands off to Lambriglia. Lambriglia turns the corner to the left. He may have gotten just enough. He's down to about the 37, maybe the 36. We'll see where they spot the ball. And if he got enough for the first down. They're moving the chains, so it looks like he did. First down, Pope John. 3:30 to go here, fourth quarter, and Pope John on the move. This would be a good morale booster for Pope John to get 7 on the board here before the end of this one. Lions in the huddle. Clock's down to 3:05. Reale under center. Handoff back to Lambriglia. Lambriglia runs up to about the 35-yard line, and he's stopped there after a gain of about 2. Now 26 into the game, that's Braden Convey. He comes in, number 16 out for the Lions, Max Fideau. Clock's still running, 2:23 to go. Fourth quarter. Manalapan Braves up 22 on Pope John. Reale back to the huddle. So Pope John back to the line of scrimmage. Here it is to Reale. He'll hand it off, and it goes up the middle. And that's about maybe a 6 or 7 yard gainer by Benny Platt. We got a whistle on the play. And that's going to be another Pope John first down. So he stopped the clock with 1:45 to go here in the fourth. Pope John on the move. We got a timeout on the field. Pope John talking to the players, trying to set up one last move here. So as I said, the jerseys came in for Pope John this week. It's great to see. They look terrific in them. A little different than last year's. Last year had a portrait of a lion on the shoulders, and it had Pope John written across the top of the chest. This year, the lion's a little sleeker. It's got lions written across the chest and then the number underneath. And that's true also on the home uniforms, the blues. And so right now they're in their road whites, and they're wearing white pants instead of gold, which was part of last year's uniform. So white on white, and usually for the home uniforms it'll be blue on white. And with those gold helmets, the golden domes, reminiscent of Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish. Here's the snap to Reale. He runs back. Goes ahead, throws it down the sidelines. Did he make the catch? It's tough to tell. Looks like he did. Nope, they're going to bring it back. Incomplete. Incomplete on the play, so 2nd and 10. So as I said, Reale dropped back to throw that and threw it to the sideline, but it hit the turf just shy of the receiver. So minute 37 to go, fourth quarter. Reale back in. Pope John trying to break through and score one touchdown here at the end of the game. It's 2nd and 10. Reale with the handoff to Lambreglia, who's in motion. Lambreglia to the sidelines. Can't get there. He's rolling around on the sweep. And he does gain some yardage. Is it enough for a first? I don't think so. I think it's going to be about 3rd and maybe 4 or 5 to go. So ball's at the 22-yard line of Manalapan. 3rd and 5 for Pope John. We have 1 minute to go. Thank you. Handoff to... No. A recovery there as the handoff went to Grego, and a Manalapan player was able to jump on it, and they recovered for the turnover. So Manalapan will take over in their own territory, and that stymies the Pope John drive. 35 seconds to go, clock running, and Pope John's hopes of scoring one last touchdown before this game ends are dashed. And that's the end of the game as both teams come back on the field and everything for a handshake. So, clock ticking down, 15 seconds to go. That's the end of the game with the turnover. Manalapan is able to take over the ball and stop the Pope John drive. And now with the clock winding down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Final score from Manalapan, New Jersey. The Manalapan Braves come back to win over the Pope John Junior Lions 10 and under squad, 20-2. Good effort by Pope John there, and I'll tell you that long sustained drive the first quarter, a lot to build on. They just couldn't break through for the touchdown, just coming up shy. Platt just came up just shy of the goal line. They did force a safety out of it and got a 2-0 lead. They held on to that lead all the way till the last play of the first half. Manalapan finally broke through and gave themselves a 6-2 lead going into halftime. And then the Braves scored a touchdown in each quarter in the second half, and that's all she wrote. So, 22 final score here. Manalapan takes it. The Braves, I don't know the record. The Junior Lions fall to 0-4 in the season. Please join us at 5 o'clock on Saturday night next weekend as the Pope John Junior Lions go out to Mount Olive to take on the Marauders. And we'll be on the air for that one at 5 p.m. And then Sunday, the regularly scheduled league game home at Pope John High School against Rumson. So, for everyone here at Manalapan, New Jersey, this is Mike Formasano. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Final score from Central Jersey. Manalapan defeats the Pope John Junior Lions 20-2. We'll see you on Saturday, everyone.